Hi guys, so let's talk about major layoffs still as of July 2025. I've recently watched videos and also on YouTube and have also looked up on the news stations and AI to back it up. But yeah, apparently there has been major layoffs from UPS and also Microsoft is having more layoffs. Amazon is having some layoffs. There will be Meta um, and others to follow that are going to be laying off. But I mean, guys, we I can't stress enough that we are in a economic, job market crisis. The government has not, spoken about it. Has continued to provide false numbers. Okay, um, now the workforce has mentioned that they've had over 200 uh, unemployment files made as of last week and the week before that. And remember, we're in July 2025. They had an additional over 200 unemployment claims. Okay, now those numbers reflect on a weekly basis, so that alone, just for 2 weeks, it, they're receiving right there 400,000 layoffs. So these are people that are making these claims. Now, remember, not everyone makes the claims immediately to unemployment because some will not qualify for unemployment. Um, some are contract roles that won't fit into this, being able to file for unemployment. So, again, when does this end? When does the bleeding end? And I just think that it's funny, because not funny that people are being laid off because that's never funny, but it's funny because I mean, when obviously the numbers don't lie. LinkedIn, you continuously get people applying their personal postings of how long they've been applying. I mean, this is anxious. Everybody's getting anxious, and I mean, I don't blame them for being anxious, right? Um, this is pretty much what this does to everybody, especially if you have a family, you have kids to feed, you have yourself to feed, right? Not just a family, right? Yourself. So, I mean, and with myself continuing to apply, it's 2025 is everything that's going on. Again, no one is caring for the people that need to have a job that is has had experience, or for that fact the degree, or whatever. I mean, it's just heartbreaking to see that this is happening in the US. um Everybody's anxious. They're posting on TikTok about being laid off, their videos. I mean, it's insane to see that. Um, I don't. I really wanted to just share that information because if you're watching this video within this year, you're able to see hopefully what we're going through. You know, we're already in July. Pretty much the end of the year is coming, right? Christmas will be here before we know it. I mean, and to think about, will you even be able to afford to have your Christmas presents for your kids? I mean, you're thinking about that like myself, right? Am I gonna have a Christmas present for my daughter? You know, my boys. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Um, I always, have a Christmas present for them, but to think, that you have to. A lot of people that I've been hearing on how many interviews, round and every interviews they've been going through. There's up to 9 interviews. Okay, 9. I mean, I thought that is crazy. but it's true, you know. Um, I mean, everybody's feeling it. It's anxious because again, the companies obviously really know what's going on. There's a lot of AI that have made our jobs more um, kind of where they're automated, right, by AI. So why would they need us? Why would they need any of us, right, for that fact? And I'm not just talking about, if you have a professional career, apparently AI is even able to pick up phones and do basic, stuff that other people need their jobs for. Um, I mean, just as long as they don't have AI pick up or deliver food, I mean, which I think at one point it's going to get there, but you get what I'm saying? Like, anxious, anxiety is all you think about, is how you would feel. So, one of the things that I want you guys to remember is to, you know, I know there's a lot of things going on right now in Texas with the floods. I'm in Texas myself, but hang in there, I know everything becomes very hyperbolic when you're looking at the situation in real time, but we've gone through worse than the past, just like now. But again, we went through COVID, not too long ago, right? And I think we're still feeling the COVID, how our economy was hit by that, and it was affected, right? And so, honestly, we're on a tailspin, where that I think 2025 is, or 2024 going to 2025. I mean, it's you can feel the impact, right, of the economy, right? Not a lot of jobs are hiring right now, and the jobs that you're applying to, from what I hear, they're not the real jobs, right? Where they keep getting reposted on the feed of LinkedIn, Indeed, Monster, what have you, right? ZipRecruiter, or just just different things. But I mean, there's also another way that people are doing it, where apparently they're applying to AI can apply to 50 jobs for them. Now, I myself haven't done that personally because I like to actually view the job. I mean, to know, okay, is this even something that I want to get into? But if you can get into a contract role, is what I'm trying to let you know, is if you can get into something like uh, I mean, it's hard, right? Like, to say that, like, what can you actually do? I mean, at this point, you know, all we can do is pray. Um, I do think I do think that we actually have to talk about it. You actually have to talk about it in order for there to be changes. And what I mean is that if you don't talk about it, if you don't start to, this doesn't mean that you go crazy and start screaming. No, what I'm saying is that have a good conversation, like as I'm having right now, right? I'm not, you know, screaming about it, which you do want to do it, but just talk about it, right? The more you get it out there, the more. I wouldn't recommend you, though, talking about the specific company that you want to talk about, unless you just don't even care to do that. But I wouldn't recommend that. Like, I never bring up the exact company or the people that I've worked with or I'm having issues with. I won't do that because I don't want that done to me. So I'm doing it out of respect, out of professionalism. Um, but yeah, that literally, you almost feel like that all goes out the window. But I just don't want all that. But I wouldn't recommend you guys to do all that. Just you know, we have to find a solution to this, because if AI is hurting citizens, of the U.S. And this is not just U.S. I mean, I could just imagine Mexico, India. I mean, all these, I can go on and go on, but China, it's not just affecting us. AI is affecting everyone. How are you supposed to feed your family? Again, it makes you want to get anxious, right? But it's all I can tell you is pray about it. And we've gone through worse stuff in the past that we've dealt with, right? This is not obviously, we've experienced, you know, an economic crisis, even though the government does not want to accept that, right? Even though companies don't accept that as well. But we are in an economic crisis. Hang in there. Um, and just be positive. Reach out to people that you might know from a company or someone you might, you know, be aware of that they're hiring. That might be a better route, right, than necessarily applying directly. I mean, if you have that way, you can. Or you're just gonna have to, you know, pivot to something that you're not used to working in. But again, just hang in there and we will get out of this, you know, sooner. But I just want to talk about this because I know it's something that, you know, everyone is experiencing. I want to make sure you know that, hey, everybody's experiencing this, myself included, you know, everyone that I'm talking to. So hang in there, pray about it, and hopefully we can continue to talk in a good manner, right? In a good way where we are not, you know, trying to bring others down, but making sure that we understand what's really going on, right? In order to be able to make a change for it. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye.